All right, the last video for this unit. So the second way and the final way that credit card companies charge interest is using what is called the average daily balance method. Average daily balance. Okay, and so literally what they do is they calculate the average amount you owed them on any given day of the month. And then they charge you interest based on that average amount. Okay, so you start paying interest the same day as you make any purchase. But again, you don't have to pay any interest if you pay it off every month. Okay, there's no interest charge if you don't carry a balance at any point. So basically keep paying it off. So here is your method. Here are the steps that we're going to follow. So we're going to find the balance on the first day of the billing cycle, and then the new balance every time a new transaction occurs. So if you're making credit card purchases every day of the month, your balance is going to change literally on a daily basis. If you only do it every once in a while, it's just going to change on those occasions. We'll figure out how many days you held that balance. Then we'll multiply the balance by the number of days, add them up, divide by how many days are in the billing cycle. That will be the number of days in the month, by the way. And then we'll calculate how much interest it is that we owe. So the best way to do this is with an example. So let's take a look at the credit card statement, and the monthly interest rate is 1.8%. So let's go ahead and fill out this table. So on October 1st, the balance that we owed was the $541.35. Okay. On October 4th, we bought some more stuff. Anytime you make a purchase, that adds to the amount that you owe. So adding the $49.15 to the $541.35, our balance at that point was $590.50. On October 10th, we bought some more stuff. We bought $18.95 worth of stuff. That increased our balance to $609.45. On the 19th, we made a payment. So that reduces how much we owe the credit card company. So now we're down to $209.45. And then on October 28th, we bought some more stuff, $552.25 worth. Oops, sorry, I need to actually add that to the $209.45. Got ahead of myself. Add that together, and now we owe $761.70. Okay. When it comes to how many days we were at that balance, for here, we were at the balance of $541.35 from the 1st to the 4th of October. So 4 minus 1 tells us we hung out there for 3 days. The $590.50, we were there from the 4th until the 10th for a total of 6 days. Then the next balance, we were there from the 10th to the 19th for a total of 9 days. And then the next one, the 19th to the 28th. So subtracting, we find out that's another 9 days. And then the easiest way to figure out this next one is to remember that there are 31 days in October. And so this column of days has to add up to 31. And so do not take 31 minus 28. You'll get 3. That's not how many days, because you actually have to count the 31st. So there are 4 days missing. So when you add those numbers, 3, 6, 9, 9, and 4, they have to total 31. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the balance that's there, times the number of days, and you're going to write that number in that last column. And then you're going to take the next balance times the number of days and record that number in the column, so forth and so on. So when you do all those multiplications, you get the following results: 35.43 even, 54.8505, 18.8505, and 3,046.80. And then you add those numbers all together for a total of $15,000. $583.95. Okay. Now notice that is not the balance ever. You never owed $15,000 on your credit card. That is the total. So remember, when you find an average, you add up all the numbers and you divide by how many values there are. Okay, so when we find the average daily balance, what we want to do is we want to take that sum, and in this case, we want to divide by the 31 days in October. And so we will get $502.71. So that was your average balance on any given day in October. And if you look back here at these numbers in this column, that seems pretty reasonable, that $502 was about an average any given day, again, knowing that some of those days you held that balance longer than at others. The finance charge for the month is based on your average daily balance. So you want to find the percentage, in this case, 1.8% of that average daily balance. So 1.8% of the 502.71 means you owe $9.05 in interest. And then find the balance that would appear on the next monthly statement. So you need to do interest plus the last balance you had on your card. Now, please pay attention. The last balance that you have, the last balance that you have on your card, the last balance is this $761.70. That's the last amount you owed. Okay, so we're going to take and add that $9.05 interest to the last balance you owed on your card. And at the beginning of the next month, you owe $770.75. Now, again, I'm going to have you pause the video. I'm going to have you do the exact same calculation, except we're making one change. That purchase of $552.25 was made on October 2nd. Instead of October 28th. So you're going to use the exact same information. It's just when you come up here, you're going to move this October 28th, you're going to move that up to October 2nd. Everything else is going to remain the same. Fill out the chart, multiply your balance times your number of days, and calculate from there. Come back and join me whenever you get done. All right, so going through this time, still starting with the 541.35, but this time that only happened for one day because, again, we moved that charge from October 28th, basically rewrote it up into October 2nd. So on October 2nd, we added that $552.25 to our balance, hung out there for 2 days. On the 4th, we had the $18.95 charge. On the 10th, the 4th was the $49.15 charge. On the 10th, we owed another $18.95, and then on the 19th, we made our payment. So again, the way you come up with this value here of 13 is by knowing that these numbers in this number of days column have to add up to 31. We had 13 days missing. We added up to 18. Taking your balance times the number of days and adding those up, we come up with our sum of $29,942.45. So to get the average daily balance, take the sum divided by the number of days in the month. That tells you that on any given day, your average was $965.89 that you owed the credit card company. Then finding 1.8% of that average daily balance, the amount of interest you owed. Had you even, again, same charges, it's just when you made them in the month, you would have owed more interest, $17.39, because your balance on average was higher in this scenario than it was in the last one.